The Tel Dan Stele stands as one of archaeology's most significant biblical discoveries. This 9th century BC Aramean inscription, unearthed in northern Israel in 1993, contains a phrase that sent shockwaves through the archaeological community. House of David. The inscription reads, "I killed Jehoram son of Ahab king of Israel, and I killed Ahaziah son of Jehoram king of the house of David." This represents the first extra-biblical reference to the Davidic dynasty, providing concrete evidence that King David was not merely a legendary figure, but an actual historical ruler whose lineage was recognized by neighboring kingdoms. The discovery emerged from excavations at Tel Dan, an ancient city mentioned multiple times in biblical texts. Archaeologist Abraham Byron and his team found the basalt stone fragments during routine excavation work. The inscription was written in Aramaic, the diplomatic language of the ancient Near East, suggesting it commemorated a military victory by an Aramean king over Israelite forces. The paleographic analysis confirmed the script matched 9th century BC writing styles, placing it squarely within the time frame of biblical events described in the books of Kings. What makes this find particularly compelling is how it corroborates specific biblical narratives. The inscription mentions the deaths of Jehoram of Israel and Ahaziah of Judah, events that align precisely with accounts in 2 Kings chapter 9. According to biblical chronology, these kings died around 841 BC during the violent coup led by Jehu. The Tel Dan Stele provides an independent Aramean perspective on these same events, confirming that biblical writers had access to accurate historical information about regional politics and warfare. The archaeological context strengthened the stele's authenticity. Researchers found the fragments in a destruction layer containing pottery and other artifacts dating to the 9th century BC. The basalt stone showed signs of intentional breakage, suggesting it was destroyed during a military conquest and later reused as building material. This pattern matches historical records of frequent warfare between Aramean kingdoms and the divided monarchy of Israel and Judah. Carbon dating of organic materials found alongside the stele supported the 9th century BC timeframe. Researchers analyzed charcoal fragments and carbonized seeds discovered in the same archaeological layer using accelerator mass spectrometry. The results consistently pointed to dates between 870 and 820 BC, which aligns perfectly with the biblical chronology for the reigns of the mentioned kings. The inscription's language provides additional insights into ancient political relationships. The phrase House of David uses the same Hebrew terminology found in biblical texts to describe the Judean royal dynasty. This suggests that David's lineage was widely recognized throughout the ancient Near East, not just within Israelite territories. The fact that an Aramean king would reference the Davidic dynasty in his victory inscription indicates its political significance extended beyond local borders. Paleographic analysis involved comparing the letter forms with other Aramaic inscriptions from the same period found throughout Syria and northern Israel. Experts examined the specific way each character was formed, including stroke patterns and decorative elements. The writing style matched other royal inscriptions from 9th century BC Aramean kingdoms, providing additional confirmation of authenticity and proper historical context. The discovery method demonstrates how systematic archaeological techniques can uncover evidence that transforms scholarly understanding. The Tel Dan excavation used careful stratigraphic recording and methodical documentation of artifact locations. Each fragment was photographed in situ before removal, creating a permanent record of the discovery context that supports authenticity claims. This find impacts scholarly debates about the historical reliability of biblical texts. Some theories had suggested that accounts of a united monarchy under David and Solomon were later literary creations with little historical basis. The Tel Dan Stele provides independent confirmation that the Davidic dynasty was real and politically significant enough to warrant mention in foreign royal inscriptions. The stele also validates the accuracy of biblical writers in recording contemporary political events. The inscription's details about the deaths of specific kings match biblical accounts, so precisely that it suggests both sources drew from reliable historical traditions. This level of correspondence between biblical and extra-biblical sources strengthens arguments for the historical value of scriptural narratives. Modern preservation techniques allowed researchers to extract maximum information from the stone fragments. High-resolution photography captured details invisible to the naked eye, while 3D scanning created precise measurements of the inscription's dimensions and surface features. Digital enhancement techniques helped clarify partially damaged letters, ensuring accurate translation of the ancient text. The discovery opened new avenues for understanding ancient Near Eastern political dynamics. The inscription reveals how Aramean kingdoms viewed their conflicts with Israel and Judah, providing a non-biblical perspective on events that shaped the region's history. This external validation of biblical chronology and political relationships offers a foundation for evaluating other scriptural claims about ancient warfare and diplomacy. Chemical analysis of the basalt stone confirmed its origin in the volcanic regions of northern Israel and southern Syria, consistent with the discovery location. Researchers used X-ray fluorescence spectroscopy to identify trace elements in the stone, comparing results with known basalt sources throughout the region. The mineral composition matched local geological formations, indicating the stele was carved from locally available materials. The Tel Dan Stele represents just one example of how archaeological discoveries continue to illuminate biblical history. Each artifact that emerges from ancient sites has the potential to confirm or challenge our understanding of scriptural accounts. As excavation techniques become more sophisticated and new sites are explored, researchers expect to uncover additional evidence that will further clarify the relationship between biblical texts and historical reality.